Annyeong. Hello. I completed watching Squid Game Season 3 a week back. Okay, I didn't want any spoilers for me to see, so I completed watching, but I'm a little late in telling. But, anyways, how was it compared to Season 2? I personally liked Season 3 better than Season 2, and the best part of Season 3 is it released very fast after Season 2. I did not have to wait for years like I had to wait after Squid Game Season 1. And then how was it? So in Squid Game Season 2, we saw how the ending was. Like the main lead 456, he's kind of in the rebellion and also they start from the outside, like what happens with the rest of the characters, and then they come inside. They show the big guy or the handman being there, like he's into his job, and then the detective is still searching for the island, and the boatman or the sailor of the boat, the captain, he would have killed someone in season 2. And detective being the detective is, he has no doubts on captain. But the one who is there with the detective, who joins the detective, like who is who gets kills in rock paper double rock paper scissors, his assistant who will join the detective, he is the smarty pants. He kind of gets a doubt on him. And then we circle around, and then Squid Games, we see where the contestants are sleeping, they're all there. And then 456 body comes, and then he's alive. And then there's another sequence where the pink suit lady, she tries to save one more person, like the father of the child, and he actually kind of gets shots, but she kinds of manipulates, go to the room where they take the organs, and she kind of rescues him, tries to rescue him. And so the 456 is like, he's like gone a little crazy. He thinks it's his fault. He's trying to kill himself. So he's under handcuff. And all those dramas. And then again they vote. And obviously it's a vote for yes, a majority. And then there's one old granny and son, right? So son and mother combination. So mother and comes and tells him that it's not your fault. All these things happened because you just wanted good for others and welfare of us. And then all these people who voted yes, they're like, thank you so much. I knew it was your game to eliminate all the people who voted yes for the games. So now we are in the majority. And then the transgender girl also was like, she feels bad because, she kind of didn't go. She, how to tell, her mother stopped her. She's like, it's not your fault as well. But then she tells it's a fault of one more, that army person is like, he would have hidden and not got the bullets back to them. So she tells it's because of him he could not go. The transgender girl also had to stay back. And then 456 focus shifts all on that guy. It's like, okay, he's just staring throughout, okay. And then the next games are announced. Man, they were like, they had to divide into two teams, blue and red. I was like, okay, I think if there are two teams, one team is going to survive and one team is not going to survive. I was like, all the main characters, I was like, okay, this team is going to survive, he's not going to survive. I was just using my calculation. And then finally 456 was in red team. I was like, okay, this team is going to survive. But then I was like a little confused. Maybe not, maybe a mix and match. And then I heard the game. The game was literal blood bath. I mean, literal bloodbath. When I heard the game, I'm like, oh my god, it's gonna be intense. And it was. First of all, I was shocked to hear about the game. I'm like, it's too intense. The game is literally killing other person. I was like shocked to hear the game and to see it going on. Man, seeing all the sets, it's beautiful. Seeing all the sets and those graffitis, wow, it was scary. And I think it was a shocker game for me of this entire, I would say, the season, or I don't know, overall, this was shocking for me. Like in this game, 456, red team had to kill one person to go to the next round. So, that person who hid in the last season and could not take out the bullets, he kind of kills him 456 with his hands. Okay, and this transgender girl is trying to save the mother and then the pregnant lady, and there's all this drama happens, where red and blue teams are there. Blue team has to hide, where the red team has to kill, and you can exchange with other team. And this Myung Ho number 333, the pregnant wife, pregnant girl's boyfriend, they kind of swap because he thinks you cannot kill anyone, so he swaps. And then mother would have been red and son would have been blue. They also swap, so mother is in blue and pregnant is also blue, so they form a team and they are the transgender. They kind of do well with each other, and then they kind of they're together. And you know what, she delivers a baby. Pregnant lady's number is 222. Okay, so she delivers a baby inside Squid Games. Can you believe that? I mean, can you believe that? There's a scene where when they're hiding in a room, she actually delivers, and that mother help. That son's mother combination. She helps. I call her granny. Okay, the granny helps the pregnant 222, and the transgender is there. I'm like, I don't know what I should be thinking of this game. But yeah. Okay, so the pregnant happens and the transgender somehow tries to find the exit. He finds the exit, and instead of entering the exits, he comes back and is like, let me go together. And this pregnant wife's boyfriend, as in number 333, he kills the transgender in the most brutal way. And he would have partnered with Thanos. Cross would be with this Thanos, how do I tell? Thanos' friend, or I don't know, who'll be subordinate or whatever. He would have the cross, they would have partnered, and number 333 kills everyone and kills this transgender. I lost it, man. You don't know, maybe it's his temptation or his evilness. Oh, I could not take it. And transgender dies. I mean, you feel so bad. She had the exit. She could have just gone and gone for the next one. No, but she did come back and she helped that granny and number 222 to survive whole time. And then wow, it's such a sad, I mean, it was very sad for me to hear that. And then those two go towards the exit because they're like, okay, he had come back and he found the exit, and the right moment he gets killed, so like they're fine. And they're about to enter the exit, but then the loser son, as in granny sons, or how do I tell, the mother son combo, he comes, and that loser wouldn't have even killed one person. This mother, before exchanging her role with blue and he was in red, she tells, you cannot kill a person, let me be red only, you be blue only, you try to hide, let's be as is. I can at least do it. I have a knife with me as this hair claw or hair clip, I'll do that. No, but the son is like, no, mom, I'll protect you, I'll be the red. And that loser, he had a chance to kill the I mean, he had a chance. If there was one person hiding behind the door, he could have just killed them. He would just killed. I know killing is difficult, but it's the matter of survival, right? I think anyone would do it. May not be like as ruthless at 333, but at least one kill to get to the next round. No. That loser does not kill anyone, and at the end moment, when the pregnant lady 222 and his mother will be trying to enter the exit, then he comes and tries to kill. He's like, mother, I don't want to kill you, but let me kill the 222, the pregnant lady and the baby. So she's not pregnant lady anymore. Okay, she's 222 and she's with a baby, infant baby or the newborn baby. And he's like, I'll kill her. We both can go to the next round. And mother is like, no, what are you doing? And the pregnant lady, while all this drama is happening, she tries to open the door and she's about to enter. But then that loser son is about to kill her. And this mother does the masterstroke. She takes her hair clip and she kills her son. I was like, what? I haven't actually seen parents or the children killing their parents, but this was reverse. And I could totally understand her because she was trying to protect the baby and the mother. I was like, what? That was like the heartbreaker. And there's this old grandfather, like a number 100. he would be in a lot of death, and he plays so brilliantly, and he gets exit, and he kills a shaman. That black magic thing, it's comical. I mean, 100. Wow, he is made for Squid Games, man. So good. After all this drama, I was like, transgender dies, and this mother kills her son. Oh, it was such a heartbreaking things to see in span of, like, I don't know, half an hour. Okay, then they all come, and then this 456, the hero, after he tries to kill him, where he tries to kill himself again, he's in handcuff. You're like, I don't know, after this episode, what can you expect? And then the mother granny who killed her son, she comes to 456 Melee and tells, uh, don't blame yourself. And she tells about her story. See what happened, my son. Uh, no, she tells her story. It is a little heartbreaking. And she tells, can you please take care of that newborn baby and the number 222? I'm really fond of them. I want them to leave. This world or this games is not for them. What did the baby do so wrong that he had to be there? Okay, then. And then you're like, okay. And the next day you see a coffin coming. And then you're like, for what? Then you see that granny dies. How she just hangs herself. What? It was too much for me. Wow. I mean, you can understand that why did she kill herself, because she killed her own son. She didn't have any intention to leave. But this was like, I didn't expect that she would, I don't know, kill herself. And the next game starts where the jumping rope game is there. And then again, few people survive. And then again, here the time duration is 450, some 10-15 minutes. And no one is ready to enter. And 456, he's like, give me, and he would have, he will start taking off 222. But 222 would have injured her leg so much. Like, she cannot even walk, so he helps her carry the baby, and they'll be in the game. And then he's like, you don't worry, I'll take the baby and jump the rope, and then I'll come back and take you. Till then, no one would have even crossed it. No one would even try it, because it's so scary. So then 456 does cross the jump with the baby, and he keeps the baby there. And because 456 had done it, other people try to do it, and one person actually succeeds, and he just starts throwing people back to, there is a deep, this jump rope is in a very height, or in a very high structure, so he just jumps people, so they die. He's like, we two are the only survivors, the game is over, we are the winners. Then Forrest is like, no, if you do it, I'll only jump you off, I'll kick you. And then he jumps, and then they have this fight, and the other person dies. That was also so shocking for me. And all these things happening, and 456 is like, 222, you wait there, I'll come, don't worry. But then it's like a one way bridge, so people are coming, so he's not able to go backwards to get her. And I don't even know how could he get her back. I mean, how would he carry her? I don't know, man, what was his plan. I would really like to see what was his plan to get her back to the side. And either way, this Thanos cross, which had all the drugs, was there with this assistant, but he would have lost that. It will be in this another fellow, like this, that nerd who killed that girl. I don't know what it is. So whatever, so this drama happens. So that Thanos assistant who had the cross before in Squid Game season 2, he is craving the drug so much. This fellow is like, throws it on the jumping rope, and he kind of dies. Okay, so again, this 333 pregnant, okay, that 222's boyfriend, he comes and tell her, come, let's go, I'll help you. And she shows her leg, and he's like, can you carry me and cross? And then he's like, no, it's kind of possible. So he also crosses. And then 456, by the time the male lead, only 1 minute is remaining, he tries to come, but then she's like, no, I want you to protect the baby. Please protect the baby. I'll be, ready to jump. And she actually kind of dies. And after this game, there are not much survivors. There are around, I think, 8 to 10 survivors. and then they would have had a very huge lump sum of amount of money. And there is some VIPs here who are back with some Russian English, and they have a lot of scenes, and they got a lot of flack on the internet by being, too miserable and all those things. uh, I don't know, their accent was off, their mask was off. To be honest, the role was not even needed. It was like some, I think they wanted them to be the host or to be like us or whatever. So what will they do? The baby. So VIPs all decided, and they're like, baby survived. Baby officially crossed the bridge. So let's make it player 2 to 2. But then these people are like calculating the money. They're like, we should get around 4 billion each. I think this is enough, or around some, I think it's around a big amount, I guess. And then, like, except for the player 100 who has the debt of around 10 billion, I think rest of us are good. I think we can actually terminate the game. That's what they actually tried to decide. And this Drugs, who is this scared guy, timid guy who was there in the team Thanos, he's like, he wants drugs. There is no drugs to him, and he's like, that drug retrieval, or what do you call it, when you stop having drugs, he has that syndrome. He'll be like too timid, too nervous. And then they have a bash like in the room, like you can eat whatever you want. And then they're confused, like the amount what they discuss, it's less. They're like, why? Then like, it's because of player 2 to 2, because the baby, they're like, how can baby with the player, and all those drama unfolds or whatever happens. And then handyman, he calls 456, and he gives him the knife and tell, I think they'll kill you and the baby. I'll give you the knife, and you can kill the rest of the person, and you can be the sole winner. You and the baby can live happily ever after, being the Squid Game winner. He has the knife. The Fortis is about to kill player 100. He decides not to, and then we get a flashback of man, the handyman, handman, who kind of in his episodes he kills each and every one, and then he becomes a winner. And that would have been given to him by Squid Game season 1 number 1 player, the owner. So that's like, you get to know 456 is not the good, is like the good person. And then here they'll be discussing, they've got a huge amount of money, will they even continue playing? Then the host is like, or the handman is like, I know a way. So what they tell, in the next round, there are 8 people, you have to eliminate only 3, then all of you will be the winner. So they make the team like, we 5 other, let's eliminate the 3 persons. One is the baby, one is the melee, and one is the drug retrieval guy. So we are set, all of 5 of us can share. Here 3 player 100, and rest of them are there. They go to the next game. In the next game, they have to eliminate 1. And then here 3 they try to eliminate baby or the 456 in the first, there are 3 rounds in the first round, but 3 stops and then shift the targets to the drug retrieval guy. So they go to the next round. You have to press the button, then the game starts. In the second round, we're discussing who to kill, whom to kill. By default, after 5 minutes it starts, but they press the button and they're about to push 456, but then this 3 who is like the boyfriend, he pitches and kills another person, and he's like, 456, I'm with you, I'm the baby's father, so I want to protect you and the baby, and we 3 can go out. But then they'll be fighting, and they all decide that we'll kill 1 person. Since those 3 are strong, these rest of like 4 people decide, okay, let's kill 1 person here. We'll make him like, we'll half kill him and then take him to the next round and kill that other person, so that rest of the remaining can survive. But then the fight starts, and the 3 is like a bit crazy. He kinds of kills everyone in the second round, and he leaves only the sandwich person. But the sandwich person is like, no, I don't want to be a sacrifice for you. I don't want you to take me to the next round and just kill me. I'll kill right now only. Then now there are only 3 survivors, 446, 3, and the baby, who is the player 2 to 2. And you're like, okay, third round, they have to kill 1 person. So 1 person has to die now. It's either 3 or 456. And both of them don't want to kill the baby. Yeah, that's given. Both of them are trying to protect the baby. And they go to the third ring, and they had to press the button. And if 1 person dies, then 2 persons the winner. But here 3 and 456 are are fighting like crazy without even pressing the button, and 456 survives, 333 dies. So 456 and the baby survives, but then these psychos would not have pressed the button, so now 456 or 222 has to die. And before that, in the second round, I don't know, 333 crazy guy, I don't know why he killed everyone. He could have at least kept 100. He kept pleading, save me, we take the sandwich guy and let's three of us or four of us share the prize. But 333 psycho guy didn't listen. He just went, three of them survived and then 333 died. But two of them, they didn't press the button. So now what happens? 456 allows himself to die. And you know what? Baby 222 is the sole winner of the Squid Game. And I'm like, okay, what? There was an opportunity where there could be joint winners, but no. And I was like, how dumb, how can they not press the button? They had the chance. I'm like, God. And every time in prayers plus the yes button, right? I saw this Mr. Beast episodes. Like he does kind of organize Squid Games. And I'm like, I kind of get it why people press yes to play the games. There also they get huge sum of amount, but they're like, no, let's go to the next round. Kind of, yeah, that happens. And then the other thing is, here I told you, right, there's one detective, he's waste fellow, he's not able to find out, he's not able to doubt the captain. But then here there's one more person who he's like, I've got an instinct. These things are happening throughout the episode, okay? He's like, I got the instinct that the captain is wrong, and he does all those dramas, and he manages to find out that captain is a fraud and inform the detective. And you know what? That fellow is so smart. He's just so instinctive. He's like, I have a doubt. There's all memes on the internet that he solved the case in 2 days, whereas the detective took like 2 years. And then finally, detective, he kind of gets idea of this may be the island, and then he goes to the island. And on the way, that girl, that pink suit tries to save a father. She manages to save a father. Like, hats off. And she manages to survive. She manages. Oh, so good those scenes are. How she manages to survive with all those things. Bravo. Hats off. The characters. Wow. She has done so brilliantly the way she survives. I thought she's gonna die, but she didn't die. The father didn't die either. They go to island, but then the handman gets to know the information that the police are coming, or the border patrols are coming, and all those things. So he automizes. They have some self-destructive island or something. They evacuate everyone. They have the bomb. They just blew up the island. And detective finally manages to see the handman with the baby, and he's like, we see 4 or 6 dead body, and then he's like, why? And then it ends. That's all. He just asks why, and the island is blown, and the Squid Game is like just done. Like, the detective efforts, whatever he did for 3-4 years, it's just gone to waste. Oh, and then it ends, and I'm like, what? And then they have shown after 6 months. What happens is, after 6 months, like, the detective and the subordinate who actually finds the mask, or who actually finds who had the doubt on the captain, he will be in the jail. So they're like, will you be a detective, what will you do, and all. But they find out that 456 had some money in the hotel, right, in the Squid Game season 2. That money is gone. They're like, who could have taken the money? Only I knew, and only the detective, we both knew. They're just not sure what happens to the money. And then he goes home, the detective. He sees the baby is in the home with some debit card or some card. He immediately runs to the bank and sees he has the prize money of the Squid Game winner. They're like, wow, he's a millionaire doing nothing. And then we see this handman actually goes to LA to deliver money to 456 daughter. So we get to know the money from the hotel was actually taken by him and given to his daughter. And that was like kind of sweet. And then LA, he's going in his car, and then he kind of sees the right side, and Kate Blanchett is there. She kind of does the role of a Squid Game recruiter, where they play the game like how in the first how they recruit, that danger game, red and blue tiles. And I'm like, is that game really popular in America? I only didn't know danger, being an Asian myself. How do they know that game in America? And Squid Games is supposedly, I mean, it was a private event, right? How were they playing that game? So it was bizarre, and she was hitting, and they have this eye contact. It kinds of went. How did I feel about this? Planned very well. It was satisfying. I just wish 456 would have survived with the baby. I just didn't want him to die. I was rooting for him the whole time. So that was a bit sad. Overall, yeah, I think they did a pretty good job. They surprised all of us with the ending and the song. I like this song from season 2. Na 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 na. I kind of didn't like this much catchy. And yes, it definitely was intense. It was intense for me. Yeah. And if you have not watched season 3, do watch. Okay then, that's all for now. Kamsahamnida. Thank you. Bye. Namaste.